Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Brotherhood. I think this is episode 6 with my guy, DJ Augustin and Nick Shuley.
Let's get into it, guys. We're in the thick of it now. We got a bunch of games happening, and let's start with I think since the last time we talked, we had DJ August, or not DJ Augustin, TJ Ford Jr. and Incarnate Word, and so now we had a Deleware State game. Did y'all get the chance to catch Deleware State?
Just tune into some highlights. Go ahead, DJ. You got the floor.
No. I was gonna say same. I caught a few highlights of it. Obviously Max hit that big shot for us. Not that game. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He had a great game in that game.
Yeah, you fast forwarded way into the season. We're back at Moody Center in Deleware State. You were watching Deleware State because we were texting.
I was trying to find one of the games. I was having trouble finding it on TV. They kept kicking me out, man. I'm like, what's up with this? I'm gonna have to figure something out for the next few games. But
yeah, we gotta get DJ Longhorn Network. I don't know who we gotta call, but
I know, man.
of all the people,
it wouldn't let me on. But just seeing them on the court, and putting some things together, it's still early on, seeing RT back on the floor as the head coach, that was a good sight to see. So, I was excited to see the games.
Yeah, I think we witnessed in that game. I mean, Max kind of showed why he's such a good scorer. He was super hot that game, and he had 19, shot 6 of 12 on field goals. He was 4 of 8 from 3 for 3 from the line, had 5 assists and a steal. So he had a solid game. And IT Horton kind of went off too. He was 5 or 6 from 3, had 18 points. And then Dylan Mitchell with the 14 and 11 that game. So it was, I think it was a little closer at the half, but then we kind of took care of business in that game. And then, yeah, exactly. And so, the final on that one was 86-59. I think it was, it was pretty par for the course, kind of what a lot of us expected. But then another similar game, I think, where we played Rice. Although Rice, I think a little more athletic than Delaware State and a better scoring team. And that one kind of came down to the wire a little bit, but we had a nice little run at the end to take care of business and win.
So. Yeah, Tyrese Hunter stepped up, had 18 points, 6 of 8 from the field, 3 of 5 from the 3 of 4 from the free throw line, and just 1 turnover. I think he had 4 assists, 1 turnover in 35 minutes. Mm-hmm. One of our transfers from Virginia, Shedrick. Did I say that right?
Yeah, Kadin Shedrick.
Kadin Shedrick had 15 points. He was 4 of 6 from the field, 1 of 1 from the 3, 6 of 9 from the free throw line, and 4 rebounds in 21 minutes. I mean, this guy, I like him because you can throw it into the post. It gives us a post presence. He can play along with Dylan Dessou. Good rim protector. He's active. He's a smart player. He's a rim threat, a rim lob guy, and he's a rim roller. He's dynamic. He does all the little intangibles. And once we get those 2 guys in the front court and you add Dylan Mitchell, I think we'll be really good defensively because we struggle with these small guards. We're struggling keeping and containing the ball, with these guys in front. So now we'll have a better front line, a bigger front line, more rim protection, and that should be looking bright moving forward when we get healthy.
Yeah, Roy, and since you've been coaching a lot recently, obviously, like what, in a situation like this, and I think we'll go into it for these next 2 games, because I think it was when we get to the Empire Classic, I think we ran into a lack of height. Obviously, you had Shedrick the first game when we played Louisville. We'll kind of talk about the Louisville game and the UConn game maybe together a little bit. But I think it's, what do you do to compensate for that when, you have Dessou out, you have Shedrick out, and you're kind of limited on size. You've got your tallest guys are, Zedrick Onyema, who's 6'9", and, Dylan Mitchell, who's 6'8" or so, going against these 7'3", 7'1s. Like, what do you do there? Is that a lot of fronting, or is that a lot of help side, or is it a lot of hack? What do you do on that?
For me, the lineups might change. You might have a small lineup, or if you have a disadvantage in the post, You might want to white the post, white the clamp. That's just a coverage that, guys use and the NBA guys use it in college, just fronting the post. So now you're taking away the post, entry. But I like the small lineups that helps you, get baskets on the other side. That equates to playing faster, having more skilled guys on the perimeter, and then just switching and making it harder on the offense to score. Now they're in ISO situations. So we got to see a small package from Rodney Terry. Who's he going to put out there to play small ball? Brock is definitely one of those guys. He can play the center. He's rough and rugged. He boxes out. He's a tough guy. He can rebound. He can make threes. He can do all the little things, and he can guard. So you playing him at the 5 and then have Dylan Mitchell at the 4, and then just switching everything and causing havoc, maybe get more turnovers. And then maybe they have to adjust and play small. So I would love to see what Rodney Terry's small lineup moving forward, because I definitely know you definitely have to have a small package, just to show them a different look moving forward in the season.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously for the we'll go into it now. We'll talk a little bit about the Louisville game. Look, I think we'll be honest, this game was a lot closer than anybody thought, or it probably should have been. Louisville's definitely a younger team. They've gotten better, but it was one of those where we just it felt like we played around with them for a little bit too long, kept them in the game, and then they kind of took over at the end of the game, and we managed to pull it out. And as DJ already spoiled, Max Asmus hit a nice buzzer beater at the end to show why he's so clutch.
Let's talk about playing in New York City. I know DJ played in New York City.
Yeah, I know those guys were hype, man. I can remember our first time as a freshman. We played, I forgot the name of the tournament, but we played in New York. And it just was like, because you hear about it, you growing up, you're a basketball player, the Garden is like the mecca of basketball,
The city's so nice, they named it twice, New York, New York.
It's the mecca of basketball, man. So, you want to play your best, you want to look your best, you definitely want to come out with the win. So I could just, remember the times when we played there, and, as a college student, as a college athlete, and even playing there in the NBA, you get the same feeling, and I know those guys were excited. They had a great game against Louisville, came out with the dub. I was really surprised by Kadin Shedrick. He scored 27 points in 27 minutes. That's pretty impressive.
Career high.
I don't want to spoil it. He's our special guest today. So we're gonna get into that with him. Yeah,
that was good.
Yeah, we're going to get into it with him today, what that felt like for him to play that type of game on that floor and get the dub, because we all know none of that matters if you don't win the game. So, that just to see those guys out there in the Garden, I know what they felt that night. And, it's the Mecca.
For sure, it's the Mecca. The lights are dim. I'm a New York City representative. But playing in the Garden is like no other place. It's between that and the Staples Center. Just the ambiance, the aura, going out there, stepping on that hardwood and playing in front of those fans. Because New York is no basketball, but these guys came out, they competed. It was a tough game because Louisville never, they never laid down. They fought, and we won at the buzzer. I thought, offensive rebounds hurt us. I thought that we couldn't really contain the basketball, and we just went back and forth. And like DJ said, Shedrick had a great game. He had 27 points, his career high. Max came through at the end, but I think we need that one more shining light. Dylan Mitchell, he really put on in the UConn game, and kind of was an enigma in the Louisville game. So hopefully he could be more consistent throughout the year, not just show up and then disappear, because the UConn game, he was on from start to finish. And if we had Shedrick in that game, maybe the outcome would have been a little bit different, but you got to play with the cards you've been dealt. And that was just the case. UConn came out and they jumped right on us. They went up about 15, and we were like battling back the whole game. They hit tough shots. They just drove our guards. They got into the paint. They finished. They were physical. And they brought the fight to us, let's be honest. They really brought the fight to us. And we got to have a better showing, against our next opponent in Wyoming.
Yep.
So let's talk about the UConn game a little bit. Number 5, they're also the defending the champion. So, we had a dance with the champions, and we fell short. We lost by 10. The game was a little bit more closer. We went on a run to cut it to 4. And then after that, the bottom fell out.
Did you think that played an advantage for them, Roy? Them being the defending champs and us being, I guess you could say a new team, being put on the floor together against a team that's been together?
For sure. Their swagger, you could tell. Like, those guys, they won at the pinnacle. They're national champions. And, their 2 best players are gone. So now it's more opportunities for the younger guys that were there last year that were a part of the ride. And you could just tell they play with energy. They played fearless. They came out there and they threw the first punch, and they just continued to punch us. But we were resilient. We fought back. But at the same time, you could tell that UConn is a different team. They got their swagger is like, it's top 10 for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I mean, that team, look, like we're definitely a newer team trying to figure out how to play together. We're a smaller team, especially without Dessou and without Shedrick. We're tiny. Let's just call it what it is. Whereas UConn's got a 7'3" guy, I believe a 7-footer, 6'11", like backup center. You got, Spencer out there is 6'4" at guard. So it's, when we're matching, Spencer with Asmus 6'4" on, 6 foot on 6'4", and then, Brock Cunningham for a while was guarding the 7'3" guy. You got a 6'7" guy. I mean, he didn't even come up to his shoulders, but Brock did a good job, held his own. And I think, look, they came out, punched us in the mouth, and we kind of never fully recovered from that. But props to this team for sticking around. They cut it to 71-67 at one point, I think, with like 5 minutes left. So, they fought till the end, and not, I think the best part to come out of this New York tournament was, our guards weren't exactly hitting, and we saw what our posts could do. And Dylan Mitchell showed one game how good he can be. And I think Kadin Shedrick showed how good he can be. And if we can get, Mitchell playing like that, where you're seeing the kid that everybody projects to be an NBA player, and then Shedrick, being on another level, add Dessou to that, we hopefully December, January, like that, we've got a good front line there to go with, a taller, good front line to go with our smaller guards, I think.
Yeah, but our guards got to make shots. Like Max, I know he's going to see double teams and blitzes and boxing one, and they might play a triangle and two with Tyrese being out there, but those guys got to be on. Like, at least one of them has to give us about 15 points a night, or we can't have both of them with 10 and the other guy with 8 and things of that nature. Those guys got to step to the plate. Then when you add the post guy, that's just icing on the cake. But I think our strength is in our guards. They got to play well every night for me. And they didn't do that consistently. Like, Max struggled in the UConn game. He only had 10 points. And then he came on late. He started off hot in the Louisville game. He had like 10 and a half, and he finished with 14. He's a smaller guard, so people going to game plan because he led the nation in scoring, so they know what he's going to do. So, like, that's another opportunity for somebody to step up, like IT Horton or, the kid Weaver.
And Tyrese, yeah. I mean, look, Tyrese had no points in the first half against UConn. He came out and had 13 in the second half, helped key that run. But IT had 10 points against Louisville and 11 against UConn, and it's just you got to get somebody up there in
That's
the
like
15s or the 20s.
Yeah, DJ's having 10 points and 8 points. They're not winning. Like, it's impossible for the team to win if your point guard, your lead guard is having 8 to 9 points. Like, he's got to get in double digit scoring every night to have a chance, and if you're doing that, then if a guy off the bench has 10 points and then our post guys have a good night, we're going to win games. But if we're struggling and waiting on our guards to carry us and they're not doing it, we're going to struggle this year. So that's just my input. Like, those guys got to be more consistent game in, game out. Like, they were supposed to be our 1-2 punch. I know it's still early, but we played a big dog, UConn, and then guys are enigmas.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, those two guys are the head of the snake. So
facts.
They got to come out, be aggressive from the jump. They have to, play off each other and play well. Like Roy's saying, that's just the end of the story. It's and the team's gonna go as they go. We can't dig ourselves a hole like we did in that game against UConn because it's too hard to get out of that. They're going to fight to the end and have pride, but at the end of the day, it's too tough to dig yourself a hole that early and try to fight back and win a game.
Yeah, and I think one person we didn't talk about was Zarek Onyema, and I think he gave us some great minutes. And man, I'm so glad we have him and a 6'9", guy that's got good body control, that can do some good stuff. And I think he played hard. He's not gonna score a ton of points, I don't think, but we really need that size, especially with the Sioux out and our limited. We're pretty light on big men right now, and so I think we need Shedrick to get healthy.
He's a filler, yeah, he's a filler. He filled in for, Cedric being hurt and Dylan Dessou and that. Like I said, you can insert him or you could play Brock at the 5, and that gives you more shooting. I kind of almost like Brock at the 5 because you can switch everything. They play the drop coverage with what's his name again? Excuse me.
Onyema. Are you talking about
Onyema? I didn't want to pronounce it the right way, but they play the drop coverage. Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. You was breaking up, bro. All I was saying was I agree with you. I feel like the small ball would work better. I mean, obviously RT has he can still tweak things. It's still early, but small ball, you can switch everything like you said, Roy. And I don't know anybody in college right now that's a big time post player. So you ain't got to worry about that right now, So even if they try to post up, you could dig, you could help, you could white, red, whatever front the post. So I like the small ball, RT. I know he's going to tweak some things, just give it a try, and I think that'll play better in our hands than,
Yeah, because we got to shoot more
which
threes.
We don't have all our bigs.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't think we play through the post, even when Dylan Dessou is healthy and Shedrick is healthy. Like DJ said, the strength is in numbers in our guard. So when they're rolling, we're rolling, and we got to shoot more threes. We got to get out in an open court and play in transition. We got to create turnovers, so our defense has to lead the offense, and that's not happening right now. So I'm looking forward, to this next challenge. We're back home, more of a comfort zone, and we just got to continue to grow and get better. We were tested and we failed the test, and that's part of it. You're not going to always have your best foot forward, but you got to grow and learn from these different episodes and continue to get better.
Yeah, look, I think the good good and the bad is that this schedule's not super, tenuous during November, December. I think we got a game with Marquette that'll be pretty tough. Marquette's 4th in the nation, and playing Shaka Smart, and I'm pretty sure it's in Milwaukee. So that'll be a good test for this team that I think will be a little bit better matchup. I mean, Connecticut's a big team, and that doesn't bode well for us when we're not healthy. So
we go to Marquette. Yeah. We play.
I believe so. I believe it's
in Marquette.
Yeah, let me double check it, but yeah, I'm pretty sure we're at Marquette.
And when's the LSU game? December.
That game's December 16th, I think.
I gotta check see if I'm home.
Yeah, December 16th, LSU, and then let's see, we got Marquette is December 6th, and that's at Marquette. So that'll be a tough one, and Shaka's gonna be gunning for that one.
Oh yeah,
oh for sure.
He don't want his lick
he's got a circle twice on his calendar. Oh, you ready? Sure. Are you ready? Oh man.
Yeah. So I mean, other than that, I think our schedule's very, I would say, favorable for not having a full lineup. We go next up, we'll preview Wyoming in a second. Then we got Texas State at home, at Marquette, Houston Christian at home. Then, LSU will be a little bit of a test in Houston, A&M Corpus at home.
But y'all could disagree with me if y'all choose to, but I feel like them type of games, they testy games because we have to play well. If they lose to those type of teams, I know we saying they got a favorable schedule, but if those are the type of games that's harder, I feel like, or harder, than the big school game, because you can prepare yourself. Okay, we playing UConn. Okay, we playing LSU. But those other schools and in between schools, those are the games you really got to come out and play hard in, and you got to prove a point because you can't afford to lose them type of games. I mean, how you feel about that, Roy?
I mean, those games is cupcake games for me. Like we're different. We were wired different, so we always locked in for game.
That's what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying for the whole community of the team.
Right.
Being locked in and focused on those kind of games, you can have a lot of slippage because guys are going for numbers. You might get up early, and then they might come back, and you giving them life. So it's like those games, they can be real close, or it could be a blowout. Like those games, that's a slippery slope when you playing a Texas Corpus Christi or A&M Commerce. No disrespect, they're Division I programs, but
no disrespect.
At the same time, like the focus is not the same when you're playing a Oklahoma State. It's just whether the guy's gonna be locked in. That's for me. Like,
well, look, and we've already struggled a little bit in those games. Like that Rice game, like it took a run. I think it was, it was 69-57 with 6:30 left in the game. And then Texas went on an 11-3 run. But it started, they kind of cut into it. Delaware State did the same thing. They cut it to 9 at half, and we had a big second half. And it's, this team's still learning to play together. So I think that we're going to continue to see some of these tight games that are a little bit more competitive than we'd like. But I think it's good for us now. I think a game like UConn's great for us too, to get punched in the mouth and see how that feels, and see what a team that won the national championship last year looks like. So we know where we're at. We're not there yet. Well, Kadin, we appreciate you jumping on, man. Welcome. And so we'll for everybody that doesn't know, we have a special guest today, Mr. Kadin Shedrick, who had his big he had his big Texas coming out party, I think, in New York City, man, with 27 points in 27 minutes. The kid had a beast of a game, and we're excited to have you join us, man. And we just we kind of wanted to catch up with you and hear how things are going. So welcome to the brotherhood.
I appreciate you guys for having me.
Glad you're on.
Yeah. Hey, Kay, I got 2 questions for you, bro. Well, it's a 2-part question. Was that your first time playing in the Garden? And if so, what was it like the night before? Like, were you nervous? Were you thinking about how the game was going to play out, how you were going to play, what you was going to wear? Like, what was your thoughts?
No, I mean, that was my first time in the Garden. Because, coming from the ACC, we play, at Barclays for the ACC tournament. So that was pretty cool. But no, I mean, the night before, I didn't even know if I was going to play yet. I was just getting treatment on my shoulders, trying to make sure I was going to be ready to go on Sunday. I was more focused on that rather than what I'm going to wear, how I'm going to play. My main focus was really just trying to make sure I was going to be able to get out there with the guys.
Thanks.
What made you choose Texas, and how has the transition been so far at Texas?
Yeah, spending 4 years at Virginia, I loved every minute of it. It really just came down to I was ready for like a new opportunity, a fresh scene. I really wanted to play in sort of a faster pace, and I had that opportunity at at Texas to get up and down more, and still playing defense at a high level, and that was really important to me. I trusted in Coach Terry and the vision he had for me, or has for me currently. And, back when I committed, there wasn't really much of a team yet at that point. I think I was the first transfer to commit. But, I trusted that they would get everything done. I mean, it is Texas, and, it draws some high-level recruits. So I figured we would have a good team. And, I really just wanted to go to a place where I could compete for a championship. So.
Well, Kadin, tell me this, coming from, look, I'm obviously a big fan of Coach Terry, but also a big fan of Coach Bennett and the way he coaches. And are there pieces of that you think you brought to Texas that can kind of help some of the team here? Have you seen some of that, or tried to instill some of that in our guys? Obviously, that's such a defensively minded team, and they're famous for that.
Yeah, 100%. At Virginia, we're all about defense. I'd say the large majority of our practice is defense. So I learned a lot of important defensive principles over there that I was definitely able to apply here. Of course, the a lot of the principles we have here are a little different. Like we like to force players baseline, where at Virginia we force them middle towards the gap help. But this is more of like an aggressive style of defense. But, when it comes to ball screens and stuff, a lot of the stuff that I learned at Virginia is still really important. Like, for example, that last possession against Louisville, that was kind of something that I had picked up from my time at Virginia, getting out there aggressive, swiping at the ball. So, yeah.
The aggressive show got us that turnover, that 24-second shot violation.
Huge.
When you say they send the ball to the baseline, what's that, like an ice or a push coverage on the side versus sending it to the middle? So you like
here at Texas we kind of ice it, push it. Side ball screens we try to ice unless there's something in the scouting report that says that we should probably send it middle. But yeah, we like our help is more on the baseline. Our help is more at the rim. So that's the biggest difference probably, is try to make sure you're not giving up the middle and giving up sideline or baseline instead.
Well, man, I still remember when you committed, and I watched your highlights, because I watched some Virginia games, obviously, because I'm a fan of Coach Bennett and how he coaches. But I remember watching those highlights. And, yeah, I like good teams, man. One thing that jumped out to me is how athletic you were, especially for a Virginia team. And to me, that obviously doesn't equate. So I was very excited to see what you could do at Texas. And I think we're already seeing a little bit of that, where you're kind of allowed to, to be athletic and be who you are and kind of, get to the rim, et cetera, and show off some of your offensive game. And some of the moves you put on in the last few games have been really impressive. So, that along those lines, like what are your goals out of this season? What are you trying to do?
Yeah, coming into it, I wasn't able to be out there with the guys a lot through the summer and the fall. So I really just recently started playing with them. So I'm still kind of learning how everybody likes to play a little bit. So, I really came in with the open mind, didn't want to force my way onto the team or anything, to take any unwarranted shots, kind of just finding my own role within the team. But as I'm sort of getting into it now, I definitely am enjoying the opportunity to show off some of my offensive game that I might not have been able to show off in the past. And I'm looking forward to expanding on that as I continue to work my way back and, feeling better out there and all that. And so that's probably the main thing, is really, expanding my offensive role. And then, of course, defensively, coming from a defensive-oriented program, I always want to make sure that I'm playing defense really hard, because that's kind of what I've been built on in my college career so far. So, being the anchor on defense that we need, and just being the best teammate and playing my role as well as I can. That's my goal for this year.
Well, your role is expanded for sure. Go ahead, DJ. Your role.
I was gonna ask him how's your transition been? Coming to Austin. What's it been like? What's your favorite parts of Austin so far?
What's your favorite
the transition been awesome, because I came into a group of older guys. We got Brock and Dylan and all of those guys, and they kind of showed me the ropes around here in Austin a little bit. I've loved every minute of it. I like to tell people I haven't had a bad day since I've been here. And I really mean that though, because I've obviously
you crazy. We've been there. We know. It's a great college town. Let's not get
it's awesome. It's awesome. I came in kind of with some bad cards dealt to me. I was in a sling for most of the summer and all that on both or on either shoulders, but I made the most of it. I've gotten to go see a lot of music, had a lot of different food. It's been awesome. Going around town with the guys, making some new friends. I can't
Austin is the live music capital
of the world.
Yep,
right.
Yep. I've gotten to see a lot of cool things. ACL was a lot of fun with the guys.
Wow. The food is not bad either.
Yeah, the food's really good.
Favorite barbecue spot?
Terry Black's.
Nice.
Ooh. Yeah, you gotta have salt.
That's a good pick.
Pretty good.
Yeah, Max and I have been there a few times now.
Dude, Terry Black's is has jumped up, man. That's everybody's go-to now, Roy. Salt Lake,
because it's in the city.
Salt Lake got moved down a little. That's why.
It's got its own little store for the smokers. The smokers got their own little situation.
Really? What about Franklin's?
I never heard of
I haven't been to Franklin's. I heard good things about it. I gotta go try it out.
It's because the lines, like, there's still lines.
Lambert.
What's the other one? Ironworks.
Ironworks is downtown. That one's good.
Yeah, that's the one we used to go to.
That was good because they let us eat for free. That's why.
Hey, you can't say that. Hey, I don't know about that, bro.
We can talk about it now.
Oh, we can talk about it now. Oh yeah,
dude. La Barbecue is like the other spot. That one's so good. But that's good. I'm glad you're getting to experience.
Some of the closest guys on the team that you associate yourself with? Like you said it's older guys, but like who are some of your comrades that you hang out? Or one of your, do you have a roommate? I know because back in the days we had suite mates. We shared a bathroom and we had our own room. So who are the guys that you're rubbing elbows with most of the time?
Yeah. I mean, it's not quite like that anymore. We all got our own bedroom and bathroom, which is quite nice. I share a bathroom with any of them. I got Chris Johnson and Preston Clark and Kendall Weaver. They put me up with the young guys, so I'm kind of like I feel like the dad in the little house. I gotta make sure everything's clean. They talking about. They want a Christmas tree. I said, cool, we can get a Christmas tree, but we're going to make sure this apartment clean before we get a Christmas tree. So, we all cleaned the apartment on Thursday. But
I like that.
But I'm trying to keep them in line. But, I'm probably closest with Max. I'm OG, yeah. I'm OG. But I'm probably closest with Max because we got all our classes together. All our workouts are together because our schedule is the exact same. So I'm probably closest to him, and then the other old guys, Brock, Dylan DeSue, Gavin. I'm really close with. Really the older guys. I get along with really well as well.
Okay.
No,
I heard you was you're an academic All-American, right?
I didn't get All-American. I got the All-ACC.
Yeah.
Because I'm just saying I was an academic All-American in Texas. So
rewind.
I just drop that in there. Just make sure everyone heard that.
I just want to say I was the first African. I was the first African American academic All-American at Texas. So,
spell all.
So anyway,
All-American.
Hey, Kadin. I'm saying that to say what
was a leading question. He's like, let's talk about me first, and then I'll ask the question.
Coming from one academic All-American to another, what you studying at Texas, bro? What's your major?
Yeah, I mean, so I just graduated from Virginia, so that was my main degree. I got a bachelor's degree in commerce from Virginia. So here I kind of decided to take it a little lighter. I'm in a certificate program. It's called like strategic communication, something along those lines. I'm in 3 classes this semester. It's been great. Plenty of time to focus on getting healthy, playing basketball. I like to think that I put a lot of work in at Virginia into getting my degree that I could relax a little more this year in the academic thing.
Yeah, he didn't take basket weaving like you did.
I didn't.
All-American, baby.
All-American.
Hey, bro. We had some tough classes, dog.
Yeah.
Tough classes.
Kadin, did you are you a college basketball fan at all? Like, were you familiar with the Texas team at all last year? Did you kind of follow their run, or are you one of the guys like that shuts it off once their team's out?
No, yeah, I followed Texas a lot last year. I saw everything that happened and all that. I saw the way Coach Terry kind of rallied the guys. That was factored into my decision as well because the guys really bought into what he was saying. They could have just laid down and quit when all those things happened, but no, Coach Terry got to buy in, and so I followed all that. Saw their run in the tournament. I was really impressed with how they responded throughout the whole year.
Yeah, and then just for you, are there guys like in the pros or anybody you're trying to model your game after, people you look up to?
Yeah, I really look up to Anthony Davis. I like his game a lot. I want to play like him. So when I like sit down to watch some film of an NBA guy, it's always Anthony Davis.
Yeah, defense first, great defender, protects the rim, can switch on anybody 1 through 5. He guards the ball, can contain the ball, great hands. He's a rim roller. That's what you are.
Why they give AD a hard time, bro? Just because he get hurt?
Because he gets hurt.
Just because he gets hurt. It's not even his fault. It's not even his fault he get hurt.
Yeah, it is.
First it was the unibrow, then it was getting hurt. So they've always clowned him, even though he just balls out.
If you're a little pudgy, a little doughboy, you get hurt, and then that's what happens. Like, you got to be consistent. I know it's a lot of games in the NBA, but he's a Hall of Famer though, no question. And when he's healthy, he's one of the best centers in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? So,
that being said, who's your NBA team, Kadin? Do you have one?
I don't have an NBA team. You know, I grew up liking the Thunder. I mean, back when KD and Russell Westbrook and Harden, that was
Royal
my
Ivey
days. And then KD left. I stuck with the Thunder. You know,
they're good now.
They're good now. But they lost to OG, so I'm not really rocking with them no more.
Hey, did you ever see Thunderstruck? The movie Thunderstruck? Did you watch that?
I didn't watch it, but I seen clips.
Oh, okay. Don't watch it.
Trying to see what kind of fan you
are. No. What's your favorite thing to do when you're not playing basketball?
Yeah, I'm a big time gamer. I spent a lot of money on my gaming setup.
Really?
So I love the game. Yeah.
You stream?
I haven't set up to stream. I streamed a little bit last year before the season started, but I haven't streamed since then. But I got to
monetize this.
I've kind of had less time to stream. There's a lot of stuff that I like doing in Austin now that it's like, I like hanging out with my new friends and all that I don't even play as much.
That's good.
So
yeah, I know.
Easy Roy.
But I play League of Legends and Valorant. Those are my main two games. Real big boy games, not the little Mickey Mouse games like Call of Duty and all that. The kids like to play.
I gotta tap into that. What was it called again? I need to write this down.
League of Legends.
You don't even have a video game system, bro.
I have a PS5. I have an Xbox.
You gotta have a gaming monitor, bro. You don't even know what you gotta.
You have to. It's a computer.
Roy doesn't even have an internet connection. Look at him. He doesn't even have an internet. You can't even see him.
Your internet don't even work, bro. You can't. Bro, you gotta go get Wi-Fi first.
I'm gonna get a gaming computer. My brother builds computers, bro. My brother builds computers.
Does he do Wi-Fi?
League of Legends and Valorant.
League of Legends and. See, I'm writing it down.
Hey, ask him if he could build you a hotspot.
A hotspot for your router in your closet.
Come on, man. Roy, you don't got time for video games anyway, bro.
I don't. It's for my brother, bro. It's for my brother.
Well, Kadin, we appreciate you, man. Thanks for taking the time to jump on. Do you have any questions for these guys, for Roy or DJ or anything?
Nah, I don't. I mean,
put you on the spot.
I know. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. DJ came a little bit ago. I appreciate him coming out and all that. And, so I'm just excited to keep going this year. I appreciate it.
Royal come back to Austin. He was back in 2006. I think he came back to Austin. He'll be back again soon.
2006.
I'm messing.
First of all, I used to come down every summer, and I'm busy.
I know you lived on my floor.
Texas. I will be. Yeah, I will be back there. I will be back to speak to you guys, and I'm looking forward to it, man. We got a good team. Hopefully, everybody gets healthy in the next couple of weeks, and you get this thing rolling. We got some good light beams out there on this team, so I'm pushing for you guys, and the sky's the limit, and let's get this done.
Yeah, Kadin, thanks for taking the time, man. We're looking forward to watching you play, man. It's been fun to watch so far, and I think it's going to even get better. So we appreciate you, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate you guys for having me.
Thank you, bro. Stay healthy and keep going.
Stay healthy. Yeah, keep going.
Thanks, Kadin. Appreciate you, man.
That was a good one.
Yeah,
you didn't get the second game, bro. You didn't get the second.
Yeah, I did. Valorant.
You missed it. Valorant.
No, it was Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi first. Let's put it in order. Wi-Fi. Computer, gaming computer.
Hey, I'm in the closet. I'm doing whatever for the podcast.
You're on your flip phone, man, just trying to get a signal.
If I gotta be on my two-way, my whatever I need to be, I'm gonna do it.
What was it? What y'all? I know Brad is fucking out. Sidekick, dude.
I ain't gonna lie, I missed the sidekick, bro. That was the
sidekick.
That was the little flip, bro.
That was the best phone ever.
Which one? But they had 3 of them. 2, no.
I only remember
Sidekick 1 and the 2. The 2 is one was not colored. You had the one that wasn't colored.
I just remember it being black and gray.
Yeah, but the screen wasn't. So I had the first one.
This was 20 years ago. Man, I don't remember the screen color.
I remember the essence of that.
The essence.
One didn't have color, and then they brought out the Sidekick 2, and it had color. It had the AOL and all that.
My first cell phone was the Nextel Chirp. That was my first phone.
The Nextel, you had a NASCAR?
I think I did. Yeah. And then I had the Sidekick. Then I had the BlackBerry when I got drafted. And then I've been iPhone ever since.
You team iPhone? So would you ever go Android? So they said the Android phone is better than the iPhone.
No. Everybody says that has an Android.
I can't do it, bro.
The Google phone.
I can't do it.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like DJ and I are on iPhones right now, and Roy's on an Android. He's like a cartoon.
That's right. You can still hit. But I'm still connected, beloved. What you want to say? I'm still on the pod going.
Roy still got sound going. You just see.
Yeah, I'm still. Bro. It's not Pixel. You can see me, right? You can see me. Huh?
I ain't seen the whole episode, bro. The whole episode.
Really?
I see
all
that.
I can see is the bright light.
That little cowboy man you got in the back there.
That's me.
I'm giving Colton to put a no picture available every time you talk.
All I see is a white light on mine because you so yellow.
Oh man.
Well,
to wrap it up, I'm excited about Kadin, man. I think he's gonna have a big year, and I think he's offensively even further than I thought he was going to be. I mean, what he showed against Louisville, and I wish he would have the chance to play against UConn and show himself against like a pro prospect like their center. But I think it's probably best that he gets a little rest right now. He looked pretty banged up at the end of that Louisville game. But with the good thing is coming in, you got Wyoming, who's a pretty guard heavy team. They shoot 40% from three. They got this kid Sam Griffin, who's averaging 20 a game, that transferred from Tulsa, and before that was at UTA. So that kid can play, and they got another kid, a cool Kat, who's averaging 15 a game. He's
definitely South Sudanese with that name. I'm going to go recruit him. 15.4 points per game. Transferred from Lewis College.
Yep.
And he's a guard, and he's shooting 40 a clip. Oh, I'm definitely writing this one.
No, the team's shooting 40 a clip. The team's shooting well, and they've played so far. They've got wins over College of Charleston, Furman, Cal Poly, and Northern New Mexico College. They lost to SLU to St. Louis U. So we'll see. I think it'll be a good game for us to kind of hopefully bounce back and get after it. And I think we'll probably talk again before the Texas State game, but I'm looking forward to watching these kids play and grow. And I think that we've seen some good stuff, but they still got a ways to go this year.
So what's the timeline on Dylan DeSue coming back? I want to know that.
Well, I've heard they're not going to push it. I think they're saying December, but I would put it for Big 12 play, honestly, which starts at the early January. So hopefully they'll be able to get him in a little bit before then, so he has some game experience. But we'll see. He was kind of working out with the team a little bit in what I heard in New York. So he's definitely moving around a little, but it's that I'm pretty sure it's that foot still,
man.
So between that foot and Kadin's shoulder, man, we got to get these kids healthy.
Yeah, got to get healthy. That's the availability game is the biggest game. Being available to play games is number one. And, injuries are inevitable. Those things happen. But, once we're full strength, then we can really grade this team. So right now I can give them an incomplete because they're missing two of the main rotation guys, one starter, maybe two starters. So eventually, by conference play, we'll have a fully loaded squad, hopefully moving forward, and then we'll see what this squad looks like.
Well, as far as the next episode goes, I got a few takers on a guest, so it looks like we might possibly have 3 straight episodes with a guest.
3 episodes.
I know for sure we've got the man Adam Gracely. He is all in to do it. So we got AG lined up, which I think that'll actually be a really interesting interview. And then obviously some of the current players.
I got a lot of stories. I got a lot of ammo for that guy.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait.
He's one of none. He's a great person, and
the best.
Once we get him on this podcast, it's gonna be a real informative one. I can tell you that much.
No, for sure. Well, thanks, guys. This was fun, and we'll catch up again next week, and probably before the Texas State game, if not right after.
Yes, sir.
So, all right, we'll talk to everybody soon.
Fellas.
Peace.